Mike Bond joined now by Joshua Van, who's fighting Alexandre Pantoja for the UFC flyweight title next week, UFC 323. Joshua, I imagine final days of camp right now. We're getting close to the end. How good does it feel?
It feels great to know my camp is about to be done. So yeah, I'm very, very excited for the fight. And yeah,
Yeah, man. How many more hard trainings ahead of you, or is kind of all that stuff in the past at this point?
well, this week is the hardest week, you know what I mean? This is when we push the hardest. But after that, man, fight week is just like, relaxing and just cutting weight and things like that. So I'm just ready to get over with this week.
Yeah, well, interesting. I mean, is that kind of the mindset for like you mean the training part, right? You're looking forward to the fight week and you're embracing all of this like your first title fight. You're not looking forward to that part being over.
Yeah, no, I'm just looking uh like I'm just can't wait to get everything over with and get home with the belt.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's been a very busy year. How has that kind of manifested itself in this training camp? Has there been some times where, you've had to push through some days and it's been a little harder, or has the activity actually helped you?
Yeah, like, it don't matter how active you stay, some days are harder than the other days and things like that. So, you know what I mean? We just have to push through some days and some days just get easier than the other days. So, you know what I mean? So we're just living day by day.
Sure. And I imagine though it's helped being like all the training camps this year with a 5 rounder, right? Like preparing for this, you came in, I imagine already in very good shape.
Yeah, I'm in a great shape, man. I can't wait to go 5 round if it go 5 round. But yeah,
And I mean, you've known this was coming, right? Like from the moment you guys did the face off in the cage, this felt like the most obvious fight. Didn't seem like there was any trouble making it or anything like that. Was this
mm,
perfect timeline for you, or did any part of you hope for a longer camp or more distance since the night you guys faced off?
it's too much of a long camp, man. I was hoping like we could run it on November's or something or October's or something, But uh, this is perfect timing. You know what I mean? It gave me time to prepare for him, and you know what I mean. So we can take the camp slow. Like usually, like they give us 7 weeks, and then we're like, oh, okay, 6 week, and then we have to like jump right into the camp and things like that. But this one, like we take it slow, 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 and then we like so you know what I mean. That way you can avoid a lot of injury. You know what I mean? Not just, but when you just step into like camp right away, that's how you get injuries and things like that. So yeah.
Did you do anything different in terms of like bringing in anyone special for this fight or altering the preparation, or you just trust what got you to this moment and do things the same?
Yes, sir. We didn't bring no new people. So I'm just, I'm the type of guys that, that like to focus on what I'm good at. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's what a lot of people made a mistake on is that focusing on like what he's really good at and, completely avoid what they are good at. So I'm not gonna make the same mistake. So um, I'm just working on what I'm really good at and, still work on the ground game as well. So Uh, come December 6th, we're gonna find out who's a better man.
When you think back of that night at UFC 317 when you guys had the face off in the cage, can you take away anything from that? I mean, it's not often that a challenger to a belt gets to face off with the champion inside the octagon right after he fought in anticipation of a fight. So, like, you kind of got a unique experience. Did that do anything positive for you?
I already forgot about all that. I don't know, man. We did the face off, and yeah, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna fight him. So now I'm just like training camp, but I already forgot all about that already, man.
Yeah, well, that was a hell of a night. I mean, like
Yes,
you
sir.
guys went through a war with Roy Val, probably the fight of the year so far. I mean, I don't know what else is unseating that. It's top three easily. But you would imagine someone needs a little more time to recover for something like that. But you felt good to go. You said you're ready to fight soon in this.
Yeah, yeah. I was ready to go November, October. Yeah. They gave me more time, man. They gave me time to heal because Royval was beating the shit out of me in that fight. So, shout out to the UFC, man.
Yeah, I mean, good time for flyweight. He's fighting the week after you got Spinal Cop. We got a huge fight between
Nice.
Tyra and Moreno on this card. We just saw Horiguchi get back. It seems like if you win this belt, there's going to be no shortage of options and exciting matchups for you going forward.
Yeah, when I win that belt, there will be a lot of option for me for sure. I can't wait.
Yeah. Do you feel like, given what Pantoja's done, though, this is going to be one of those situations where like he deserves immediate rematch? You're going to have to beat him twice before you kind of move on to other challenges in the weight class.
I don't know, man. My goal is to beat him uh December 6th. And after I beat him, the whatever the UFC want to do, we do it. So I don't know. I'm not who am I to pick and choose, who I'm fighting and things like that. So whatever they want.
Yeah, that's the right mindset to have. Do you feel like you're going in here though to fight the best flyweight we've ever seen, or like when you kind of think about the all-time rankings, do you have Demetrius Johnson ahead of Pantoja?
Well, I never watched the Johnson.
Hmm.
Like, you gotta remember I started watching MMA after 2017 and things like that. So all I see is Pantoja, man. Don't get me wrong. Johnson is one of the great, but Pantoja probably like the greatest right now because that's what I see and that's what I watch. So yeah.
Yeah, you were like in high school when Pantoja or when DJ was making his run.
Yeah. So I didn't even know what UFC and MMA was, at that time. So yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, would you say that's insane that you're sitting here, a week out from a UFC title fight? Can you allow yourself to think about how quickly this journey has happened for you, or is that something you can only reflect on once you've accomplished the ultimate goal and have that belt?
Yeah, I don't know about how quickly because you know what I mean. I took a loss and you know what I mean. It took a little longer and things like that. But I'm very happy with where I'm at. You know what I mean. So I feel like God is the perfect planner, and I feel like everything happened for a reason. So this is the perfect timing for me to fight for a belt, man. Um, Great timing. Mentally and physically, I'm like ready.
Yeah, man. And I mean, like you kind of mentioned that where the mindset's at, but I think you would be the youngest champion in the UFC by a long shot. I think the youngest one we got right now is 29. You just turned 24. Happy belated birthday. So the youth is going to be a huge storyline coming into this fight, right? But you feel that works to your advantage, being the guy who I think is 11 years
See,
younger.
I don't like that. I don't like that. You know how people say he's unbeatable and things like that. Now, I don't want people to turn this into old and the young. I don't like that. You know what I mean? So this is the Pantoja that everybody say he's unbeatable. You know what I mean? So stay at that. Stay at that. I don't want us hearing he's old, he's getting old, this and that. So I feel like he will come in. This is gonna be the best Pantoja we will see. You know what I mean? So yep, stay at that.
No, dude, I agree. I'm not trying
Yes,
to downplay it. That's why I kind of set you up being
yeah,
like, is he the greatest flyweight ever? Like, yeah, he's the greatest
yes, he
flyweight
is.
ever, and I'm gonna go beat him. And that's gonna
Yeah,
show how yeah, no, dude. You're fighting the guy at his peak. I talked to him yesterday. He said this was the best camp he's ever had. He looks to be
yes.
in incredible shape. So yeah, I don't think anyone's gonna be diminishing your win, but of course you're the younger challenger here. We haven't seen a 24-year-old UFC title challenger in a while on the male side. So you're doing something special here,
Yes,
regardless.
sir. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. You know what I mean? Come December, I hope he have his best camp. You know what I mean? I'm doing great in my camp as well. So, you know what I mean? Come December 6th, we're gonna find who's the better man that night. So, you know what I mean? So I'm very, very excited for this fight, man. To step in the cage with a legend like Pantoja, that's a blessing already. You know what I mean? So that's a blessing in itself already. So I can't wait, man. I can't wait to see him in the octagon and share the octagon with him.
Yeah, I have no doubt you're prepared for 5 round war. If it needs to be another fight of the year contender, you'll be ready to do that. But like when you go to bed at night, when you envision how this all plays out, what comes up more often? Is it that type of fight, or is it you going out there and delivering something more one sided?
Hmm I feel like I'm gonna knock him out inside 3 rounds. If not, it's gonna be a war. Pantoja, man, that motherfucker's gonna bring it. So, and I'm gonna bring it. So, you know what I mean. I'm thinking inside 3 round, but I'm well prepared for a 5 round too. So 5 round war too. So, uh, yeah, let's just see. Come December 6th, and because we all can make game plans and everything, but come fight day is completely different and things like that. So I'm well prepared for everything that he will bring to the table come fight night.
Yeah, and last thing here before I let you go, I really appreciate the time. I always like to ask this question to people who are challenging for a UFC belt for the first time, just like
Mhm.
envisioning that moment when Dana White wraps around your waist and everything that's going to come in the fallout, the people who are going to come, to you, whether it's the people who've been there all along the way or that pop up and felt like they've been there all the way. How are you kind of preparing yourself to be a champion? And I know bringing that belt, back to Myanmar is very important to you as well.
Yes, that's like one of the main ones, to let the world know of Myanmar. You know what I mean? Not a lot of people know Myanmar. They don't even know how to say Myanmar. You know what I mean? So it's like, for me to represent my country, and the country of Myanmar, that night is it's gonna be like one of the greatest moments of my life, you know what I mean? And my family, my church pastor is gonna be there, you know what I mean? Everybody is gonna be there, so I can't wait to show what I've been working on, and I represent my country.
Awesome, Joshua. I really appreciate it, man. This is a really incredible fight and one of the best the UFC can make to close out the year. So I'll see you out there in Las Vegas next week, and yeah, have a good last few days of training.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.